So, what's up, everybody? It's me, Trustarscreamer. And with me is the man, the myth. It is Mr. 1000 himself, Mike with Junkion Crafts and Builds.
Hello, everyone.
Everybody else right now is still taking some private time. It is a family time of year, we understand. So, first show of the year, but you get the charming guys. I was almost tempted to run the FigureAction thing just for the hell of it, but nah, we wouldn't do that to y'all. First of all, as always, hail to the action crew. Hail to you, Titan.
Hello, Tyson.
First man here, of course, is Toy Mafia, paying respects to those who are no longer with us. Oh, trust me, we're going to be talking about that.
Oh, yes.
Yes, cutie?
No, I'm just here to watch.
Oh, my daughter is right over there, but she doesn't want to jump on YouTube because she knows YouTube will like do something bad to us.
So cute.
Salute to you, Aquatechy. And really, Mike? Really? You just like seeing your name up there, even though you're on it. It was so nice he did it twice. And what is up with you, Helios56? We don't want to talk about the previous 55. We did horrible things to them. I know. We are right on time. We got tech. I got a new microphone, guys. How do I sound to you?
You sound grand. You sound grand.
Oh, thank you. Well, speaking of, we'll be talking about things that are grand or costing more than a grand. This is what I have to deal with at home on a regular basis.
I'm going to let her know. She keeps doing this. She's going to have to start paying for the StreamYard.
Tell me about it. Hey, listen, I already sent you. I sent you my money. I'm ahead of the game on that one.
Yeah, I know you did. It was quite surprising.
I'm guilt-free. What are you trying to say?
No, I'm saying it was early.
A Starscreamer always pays his debts. Actually, when I first met Mike years ago, it was at a TFCon up in Baltimore. I know. Picture it. 2020. We're all finally seeing each other. But he literally had paid for drinks for us, so I had to pay him back on PayPal, and I had it done less than 10 minutes after you paid.
Very, very true.
So
this is one of the new family members. This is Stitch.
Yeah, we got I got my girl Zari who runs around here from time to time. But well, I guess that's one of your Mike, we'll go ahead and start off with you on that one of what did you get? And obviously you got yourself a kitten.
Yes. Wow. So like I was telling you, oh, hi everyone. I'm very shiny. Nice. So like I was telling Dave before, I'm renovating the workspace area, and it is a total disaster area. Plus, I was on a really cool marathon stream last night with Unboxing Art and Joey Collects and Paul Hughes. So that was a lot of fun. And we went through our top 10, and one of them is something that came in. As I make this mess all over the place. But so Savage Crucible has been really awesome and stuff, and they came out with one more figure before the holidays, and my two came in, and it was the Veritas Praxis. So this was their last one for 24. Beautiful deco on it, and really cool brand new weapons that are all bloodied. So it's very neat. And I also got my replacement feet for my Kickstarter. Those came in. What else came in? Some more Series 5 stuff. Shocker. For some reason, I ordered this, and I don't know why. But I got Angel. Because why not? Picked up a bunch of stuff for clearance on Walmart, which is somewhere over that way. But it was a lot of Black Series. I got the Balin Skull for like $8.
Oh, cool.
And another set of Falcon and Coral. They were on sale for $35. So I figure I use that for fodder since I already have a set. And what else? Oh, I got the hologram May because I wanted to use it with my Forgotten King, the translucent one from Joe Fest, and that was on sale for like $6 or $8. I mean, it was like crazy cheap. And I got a Warbird Professor X. So that was
the
also
Warlord.
yeah, Warlord. That was another $6 one, but I mean the alternate head was enough for me. And again, $6. Why not? But other than
$6 per
that,
head. Sounds awesome.
I know, especially up here in Baltimore, that's wicked cheap. That's the old man discount. Anyway, what else? Anything else of importance? Oh, I did get my my CT Toys yellow and blue Wolverine.
I
The
need to invest in some of those.
It's really nice. I would show you, but it's somewhere over yonder. Oh, I can grab this one real quick. Stand by.
Stand by your man.
This is a T-Man influence pickup, but anyway, the CT Toys Wolverine is pretty cool. Definitely going to talk about a lot of Mafex stuff here soon. And the final pickup I got from Amazon was the Aloy, because T was like, "Oh, it's so awesome," and all this other stuff.
That seems to be the only figure of that line worth giving, because everything else I've been hearing has been lackluster, both in scale, accessories, value.
Yeah.
I was watching Ryan over on 3POA, and he had the guy from Ghost of Tsushima on there, and the swords couldn't even be coming out of the scabbards. So I'm like, yeah, exactly. And the Kratos is completely out of scale.
Oh, okay. And yes, Akoteki, Baltimore Comic Con, cool times. One of many cool cons that I went to last year, and hopefully some new stuff this year. Bouncing. Anyway, so that's anything I got. So what about you, man? What did you get besides a new mic?
Yeah, well, as you can see, I got the new microphone. So, guys, let me know if it sounds good, if it's sounding too loud, if I need to adjust things. But I'm liking it. I'm definitely liking it. First of all, if you guys have been watching the channel, I did just put the review up for the Iron Grenadiers bat. I did get a couple of these guys, and I absolutely love this figure. This is how this is when Hasbro's on point. This is how repaints should be done. I cannot sing enough praise. Mike, please tell me you bought yourself one or two of these.
I did not. The only one I picked up was one Iron Grenadier, and that was because for some reason I had canceled them, and I don't know why. I canceled off of Amazon, and then I will pick them up at some point. I know they'll be available.
Let me say this. If you watch my video, please watch my video, give it a like and subscribe. I have one of these and I pose it with a Praetorian. And when you see how good they look back to back, you're going to be like, this, the only way I can say is they mix well with each other. Like you could see one of these leading a bunch of Praetorians or Praetorian leading a bunch of these in a squad.
Okay, cool.
Black and red combination looks excellent. So I cannot. And again, that's in my video. I do recommend. So
now you make me think I want to take one of my Praetorians and instead of the silver, paint it gold and kind of see how that.
When you see that combination, I actually did order another Praetorian off the little Val. Oh, I'm not sure, is the sale still going on, Mike? Can you pull up a Valorous on your place if you can to see if they still have any stuff left?
Oh, well, the second shipment came in this week, so they should have plenty of product, but I will check for you right now.
Especially for the additional party pants, girl. But I got myself a couple of those, and then I also did get Alpine here. He finally showed up.
Oh,
and
shit, yeah,
I did get Storm Shadow 2.0. This is technically Storm Shadow 2.0, even though it is their third Storm Shadow.
Yeah, dude, everything is still showing added cart, so he's got his whole shipment in for Series 5.
Yeah.
So if you are so inclined, please go ahead and pick up some stuff.
Yeah. I also did get because I'm apparently now got a problem. I was able to get the Romulus from Mythic Legions. I got this in a trade. And we'll be talking about, if you want to get into Mythic Legions, why this is a very good time for it. We'll be talking that a little later tonight. I promise. And not showing on here, but I did do a live unboxing with my all-star producer. I did get the Medieval Spawn figure, which is interesting. If you got it, you got it, and you'll know, and it's in hand. That's why I'm not even gonna. But I've got it boxed up right now because I'm going to be redoing my Spawn display. But that was definitely an interesting figure to handle.
Yep,
So,
I remember. I saw the stream and it was a lot of fun.
My daughter appreciated working with you.
Oh, good. I will send her the check or the bill or whatever it is. Not the check. Money for me. What are you talking about?
But I hope everyone did have a good New Year's. I know my New Year's Eve was pretty much spent watching. My wife was watching Seacrest, and I kept walking up going, I have no idea who that is. I have no idea who that is. I have no idea who that is. Why the hell is Gronk acting like an idiot? And I have no idea who that is.
Well,
No.
yours sounds more exciting than mine. I was the only one awake in the house after 7:30, and that was because I was just farting around upstairs and messing with my my little personal Christmas gift, which was some new printers and tooling around printing stuff.
Someone's getting back to crafting and building.
Yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit when we discuss 25 a little.
And that is exactly it. So tonight's gonna be, it's definitely low news on us tonight, though we do have one very big thing to talk about. So we're low on news. I think it's definitely going to be a what is 2025, at least for us, at least what we have on some anticipations, some what we want to do for this channel, other channels. But let's talk about our highlight story tonight.
Okay.
Which is, as they say, is there such thing as too big? Yeah, there is.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pulling this up on Show Z right now.
I didn't know the price until right now. Huh.
And that's not including shipping. So if you're ordering directly from, is it Lewin Toys, I think?
Mm-hmm.
This is going for, let's go ahead and cut to the chase. $1,600 with free shipping. And they, and I do have the video up here. Don't worry. This guy is over 4 feet tall to the figure, but if you add the shoulder guns,
Mm-hmm.
like up to here, it's breaking 5 foot.
Well, they said it wasn't going to get done, and I really need to know. I think the only person I know, or at least that I keep in contact with, that's getting this is Mike Kincaid, because he's talked about where he's going to put this thing, and anyone else, I have no flipping clue.
Do we know if Sony is getting this or if Paik is getting this?
I doubt Paik's going to get this, man. If he does, I will be shocked.
Mariano, I'm going to come back to this because that is actually a very important sentence, what you just said. Just so you know about this, but you don't like city mode. So I want to show you this real quick. I have turned off the sound, so hopefully we should be good with this.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
look at that real quick. That is, just to pull that back here, that is our Titan class Metroplex, which I currently have sitting over there. And that's it there.
Yeah, dude. Oh.
I mean, this, I don't think they've got the picture here of him holding it. That hand is a child's hand. Okay.
Yeah.
Look at that prime. That YOLO Park Prime right there. You know, that's their expense. I mean, this is Metroplex. He's the call of your wallet.
He's the call of you needing another room just for this guy. Titan says he was concerned, people were talking about the joints. I know I saw a couple of videos where they were manipulating it. I mean, you could definitely hear the big ratcheting.
No, this is exactly what I was about to refer to. Showzeet had it on their site for a while, but they do not guarantee. For a while, they're saying not to leave. They were saying not to leave it in bot mode.
What?
Because I think they were afraid that the hip joints would just.
Really? Huh. Do they realize that most Transformers collectors don't transform their Transformers and leave them in bot mode? And when that thing is in city mode, where are you going to put it?
Exactly. Well, that's it. You put it in city mode and you put your MP car bots on it, because that is scaled for your MP car bots.
It is.
But that's a big factor to it.
Yeah, dude. HOV lane. I would use it up around here.
Well, going to seeing culture. I'm not familiar with that, but it's probably a better value than that. I will blatantly say, we were watching something about this last night, and my wife said to me, and I quote, this came out of her mouth before I think she could stop herself, saying, $1,600 for an action figure. You had better be able to have sex with it, and it will make you a sandwich afterward.
What's going on in your house, bro? Interesting.
I'm just saying, not that I've researched it, but that's probably about the cost of a real doll.
I don't know.
Yes, something about the strain on the joints, and but they did take that warning down.
Okay.
Yeah, I know what you were watching last night, Titan. I know exactly what you were watching because I was watching it too, and I saw you in the room.
I wasn't watching.
I swear, I've never met this man physically, but I've crossed paths with the Titan in more YouTube chat rooms.
He is a veteran and a multitasker extraordinaire, to say the least.
We appreciate you. Let me tell you, we appreciate you.
So you don't know anyone who's going to invest in this, right?
Not personally, no.
Okay. All right. Because I know none of our local group here is going to be doing anything along those lines. But for those that are getting it, I definitely hope you guys have some sort of socials that you're going to be showing all this stuff. Because that's something crazy, to say the least. So, well, it doesn't have paint and it doesn't have die cast, or does it have die cast? I don't know.
We're hoping it has some die cast, at least in like the feet.
Yeah.
I mean, it was more to recent third-party metrics. Thing this is larger than Studio Series Megatron.
Or does he mean the Studio Unicorn or the HasLab Unicorn? Because this thing is, it's going to be taller than
the HasLab Unicorn.
So,
and they're going to be making a Scorponok as well. That's just scary,
dude. That's nuts, man.
Okay, so apparently Sony said a couple weeks ago he's getting it. I just want to point out that thing is obviously more than my mortgage payment plus my car payment put together.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, whoever gets it, I'm sure they better damn well like it, and they better,
I will honestly say this. If for some reason this flubs, like as far as quality and things like that, this is literally going to be the equivalent of the Cybertruck for the Transformers community. If you think about it, those who have it will do everything they can to justify owning it, while everybody else will be sitting there just.
Hey, if you can do it, more power to you. Yeah. I mean,
Oh
I
yeah,
know
no.
in the buzz.
I'm not saying negative. I'm not wishing for this thing to be horrible. I want this to be this. I want this thing to be the most amazing thing ever. Again, I would love if you could freaking put a coffee maker attachment in there, put a beer keg attachment to that thing, dude. That would be the coolest beer keg, honestly, ever. If you think about it. Oh, no. Read more about that story. That's all I can say. There's more to that story.
Oh, that's the big thing that's been happening, right? With him, with Transformers wise. I mean, that's pretty much what everyone's been talking about.
That's pretty much it. There's nothing. I mean, there's nothing else on TFW right now. There's a couple. Now, I did bring up a couple. Obviously for the non-transforming things. One of the big ones right now. T just sent this to me. I'll go ahead and pull this up.
If T can't come on here and show it himself, then
I don't know where he's at, but he was sending me photos up till 5 minutes ago, and I'm like, the heck?
He's out there doing his hunts.
I guess.
Oh,
I did this in case Matt was going to show up, just in case. But this is the new Maro figure.
Oh yeah. This is all from the newest Build-A-Figure wave, right? They're making Nemesis.
Yes,
she looks cool. I always
pose right here. Freaking just sold it to me.
Yeah,
I loved Maro back in the day. She was part of one of my favorite XMen runs, which was done by Joe Kelly back in the day. Joe Kelly wrote that. He was on. It was the same time when he was doing Deadpool.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, I just wish that she would have came with the alternate head that had like the bone forehead.
I agree.
But like I said, she's a good looking figure, at least with the face.
Even if she didn't have the one with the crest of the bones, even just a couple bone fragments sticking out of her head would have been absolutely awesome. Because if they could give us this right here.
Oh, husk.
This husk here with the face pulling off like that.
I just wish they would either piss or get off the pot and just use the new Black Widow body instead of going back and forth with some of these that just has the mid torso twist, because it's not doing it for me anymore, man.
I mean, again, I don't hate that buck. It's still a hell of a lot better than the original female buck.
Yeah. I mean, if the Shriek buck that's still available, or that was available at Ollie's, was the perfect fodder piece to make any sort of custom.
And this is the Shriek buck. It's like that's got some overlay pieces on there. So
right, same pieces that were on M. When
I now need to get M. I missed getting her, so I hope I can find her cheap.
I had her and I gave her to T after I reviewed her, just like with Chamber and you got him. So,
well, I got the Chamber. Actually, I think I've got your Chamber, but I actually bought a second Chamber on closeout because the black suit is just an awesome fodder body right now.
So looking at all those other ones, I mean, like, is this wave? This is the thing. All right, for 25, supposedly we're not going to get as many Build-A-Figure waves, but then they released this whole Nemesis one. Is Nemesis a figure that you would say, damn it, I need to have him, I need to build the entire wave?
Well, I mean, we looked at. I'm going to go ahead and pull that up. Nemesis. Yes, Nemesis Build-A-Figure.
Yes.
Because I know they're not using the Holocaust name.
Nope.
Why can't I find it on there? No. Was it Nemesis? I didn't think it was. No, I don't know if it was Nemesis. No,
I thought that's what they made him, but maybe I can be wrong too, man.
I don't think it's. Maybe it's not. Marvel Legends 20. I don't know. Check the chat. Someone's going to correct me on here.
Come on, chat. What we got? Anyone? It's like there's a new Cyclops in that wave, and it's not the retro Spider-Man. I know they were showing the same thing as the retro Spider-Man, and then there's the ultimate XMen. So, oh yeah, Fabian Cortez. You're right, Professor Soundwaves. So,
Did I have it here on the live stream recap? Yeah, okay, I got the picture of it right here. Let me get.
Okay, you got it. All right, cool.
2025, guys. I did not resolve to get better at this.
So many miracles we can ask for.
You're asking me, do I find? Yes. I mean, look at this. This looks like, to be honest, it actually looks like a cosmic legion.
Okay. The skull and everything. I mean, it's definitely pulling some. Like for the top part, I could say like it's Warhammer or shit. What am I trying to think of now?
You're again, and you know what? You're not talking. You're saying things that make me even want it more.
Yeah.
This is a very good build a figure right here.
Right.
Yeah, Marvel's Nemesis. That's what it. Yeah.
And I agree with you, Venom Bite. It is not the 90s deco. And I'm okay with that because I never really liked the bright yellow and orange of it. This definitely looks a little more scary and dark, which is where the Age of Apocalypse kind of was going with.
Actually, this isn't an Age of Apocalypse one. This is when he was done in regular 6. Yeah, he eventually appeared in 616.
Okay.
So,
now the only thing that sucks, he has that weapon, no blast effect.
You're not wrong there.
So,
if you have that, I bet if you had that Apocalypse retro carded Apocalypse, that would work in there.
Yeah. So, I forgot the Gambit was in this too, and now looking at the pictures.
You got the AOA Gambit and you get the X-Force Nightcrawler.
Now, the only thing that stinks with Maro, you can't. There's no bone weapon storage, which, again, it'd be nice to have the backpack show it because it looks like those are molded in.
Right. Now, if those actually can unpeg from there, that would be kind of cool. You unpeg two of them.
Even if you couldn't store the blades themselves, taking off the top two from the back would sell the realism that she pulled them out.
I wouldn't do the top two. I would actually do like the left above and the right lower to make it look like she was kind of
okay.
Again, that's me. That's me. Given that asymmetric look would make it, because again, Maro is so chaotic.
True. So
look at
the Fang Fighter.
Okay.
4-H
Wall Thor. I can get where you're going with that one. And again, I said Marvel actually had this character out years ago, so this version has been. This isn't just a sudden stylized version here. So for Titan, but it definitely has, like I said, that Cosmic Legends feel to it, and that's why it's got my eye. So I'm definitely, and again, there's just some really good figures. I know we kind of talked about this already, but again, Fabian Cortez was a huge character in the 90s XMen, way back when they did XMen #1, the infamous. So you got the Age of Apocalypse Gambit, which I have a full AOA display shelf. You got your X-Force Nightcrawler, which is, I think that's actually the AOA Nightcrawler, now that I think about it, because he's got that.
I mean, the head is the head part is, and I mean it's using the same buck as the X-Men '97.
Right, but I think in the comics, the Age of Apocalypse Nightcrawler actually came to 616.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I remember some of this stuff, but anything recent or anything in the past couple years, 10 with Marvel, I haven't been keeping up with.
Yeah, and again, we talked about
more.
Husk looks absolutely fantastic.
Now, I see that face, that sculpt there. I mean, that's the thing that I said I'm not going heavy or big into Legends, but her face, they keep killing the face sculpts in like the best way. Like if you look at the non-face, that one right there, yes, it's kind of a blank static look, but it looks really good. You can't articulate it because of the hair,
right?
which is something I'm sure T. If you look at T's, like this chick, her hair is actually ball pegs, so you can actually move it around, so you can articulate her head more.
Yes.
It's awesome. Love it.
Well, again, it's like Street Fighter Cammy. Her ponytails articulate.
Yep. I never looked that far up with Cammy. At least from the
I
back.
got that Cammy. That was she's gonna be on my. I don't even remember which this Wolverine comes from. He's the throwaway figure.
That's the ultimate universe.
And of course, we finally get a freaking Cyclops with the eye blast. But why can't they couldn't they have put that lens on the freaking chimney body?
This is the better eye blast, because there was one that came with the XMen 97 one, which was really good. But now they put the whole star. Now, as long as the tolerance is good on the head, then you're fine.
Yeah.
That's really what that body buck is the repaint in the 97, which is fine. So, no Venom Bite, we can't use that name anymore. It's Nemesis of Nemesis.
Correct.
So,
actually, now I remember, Holocaust was the one from Age of Apocalypse. That one you saw there was actually called Genocide.
Oh, okay.
That's why. That's one of the reasons for the name. Yeah, because it's not. He's worse than Holocaust. He was Genocide.
And when are these supposed to be released?
Probably in a couple. Pre-orders will be going up soon, and then they'll then be saying that they'll be releasing in November, and then show up in freaking March.
February. Yeah, because I mean, Amazon just sent me my stuff, my update stating that the new Joe Wave is coming at the end of this month instead of September now, which is on par. I usually, like I said, anytime I pre-order Joe's, it's going to go 2 months to the left. Now they're just bumping it, 6+ months. Whatever. I can't keep track anymore.
Nope. And there's like
Mariana
nothing on. There's actually nothing on Toy Arc right now. Just to let you know.
Well, yeah. Did you see the Revotech Ryu and Kasumi? Or Kasumi?
We've talked about the Revoltech one. I've actually got something on even more interesting than that.
Oh, all right. What
we got this actually. Man, you could give me a better, because I love the Dead or Alive franchise.
Okay.
And Kasumi was my main. Just to give you an idea, like I could not.
I liked Dead or Alive volleyball when it was on the Xbox.
Because she kicks high.
That's not fine.
So this is actually by Bro Toys.
Oh.
So
this is a new one, huh?
Yeah. Actually, you know what? This isn't pulling up for me the way I wanted that to. Bro. Yeah, Bro Toys Hayabusa. We got a better one over here. No, that's this is better. Now this is not. Don't worry about the price right here, because that's in freaking some other country right now.
Yeah.
So if you don't like, again, Revoltech is awesome. I'm a fan of that. I do have a number, but dude, if you have not seen anything about the Bro Toys figures as of late, watch Articulated Ninja's review of the Bro Toys Kratos. They are using they're using a three-dimensional a lathe that uses X, Y, and Z axes to carve these details.
That looks sharp, man.
Physically, it actually looks literally sharp. I mean, look at this.
Is that supposed to be a metal flail? Is that actually like metal chain, or is that?
Yes, that is metal.
Oh, okay.
So you got the compound bow. You got. I mean, I haven't played a Ninja Gaiden game in decades. But look, you got the bloody arm, like this bloody infected arm here. You get the kunai. You get the bloody hand on here. The different ninja pose hands. You got the gauntlet blades, the compound bow, that flail.
And the throwing blades. Now, I'm assuming that the throwing blades and stuff store on his legs, the way it looks. Very nice. Hello, Ted. from Helidope Toys, who had a really great show, showing off some new visuals on Sunday. So,
Which, by
welcome
the way,
aboard.
if you haven't yet, Helidope Toys will be having the new Mythic Legions wave on pre-order very soon, if not already.
Oh, the Reign of Beasts is already up.
Yeah.
'Cause
So
I pre-ordered some stuff from them this week.
and I believe they are doing a special promotion if you order them there about getting a delivery, I think.
Oh, really?
I think. I can't remember. You know what? The best way to find out is to watch the Hella Dope show live Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So go check out the Hella Dope channel after you finish those up with Ted Darkclaw, Aaron, the Black Knight himself, and then a special guest this week, Xanakin, who is freaking on every damn stream it feels this week.
Yeah, everyone's becoming a YouTuber.
Dude,
He just
all I know
falls
is
asleep.
that man's voice rivals T-Man's when it comes to the depth on there.
Yeah, he's a pretty cool guy. I like talking to him. Very nice.
I would
Very
love to have him on one of our shows, by the way, but he unfortunately has his own show on Thursdays that I won't say the time on because you're watching us.
Yeah, but you can always catch him on Instagram. He does a lot of stuff. So cool. Yeah, another Ryu. And for those, this guy looks proportional, and if you're not a Revotech fan and how their proportions and articulation, this guy looks really nice.
I mean, yeah, just to I was on the other one I was looking at was VC Toy Box, which is a very good. I prefer 5K toys, but these guys are absolutely awesome. I don't know if they've got the final price on there, but they're doing a deposit of $20, so he's probably going to be about $100, I'd say. Which Revoltech is still about $85 to $100. So this is the only thing I think different you're getting is a heavier figure without a stand.
Okay.
Just double checking on here.
Excuse me. So,
which if you have not been on this site, these guys do some very neat things. Again, very similar to 5K toys.
For those very special niche figures that you want to get, kind of like this guy that I picked up from 5K for $40. He is that really interesting bird thunder god that comes with articulated wings, a stand, and light effects for the deluxe version. And like I said, $40. Pretty cool. Very cool.
Someone just sent me this link real quick. Let me show this to you.
Someone.
Yes.
Who is that someone?
I can't reveal my source.
Let's see.
But this is showing some of the articulation on here.
Oh, wow. Oh. Very cool.
This guy is Jackie. He's a photographer over in Asia. And so, yeah.
Huh. Awesome.
And well, since we are talking about them, of course, we did mention that Hella Dope Toys does have the Mythic Legion Reign of Beasts on there. I would say personally, they'll get it to you faster than Big Bad Toy Store will.
Yeah, I can get it to you faster than Big Bad Toy Store.
So,
but they don't take. And to go with that, a lot of the retailers, including Hella Dope, was talking about it on Sunday, where they are now doing a pre-order deposit, which is great, I think, for the store and stuff, to make sure that when you order this and they start putting their numbers together to send to the Four Horsemen for what their orders for what they want for the customers, that it's a small price. I think for some of the figures I bought, it was like $12 down compared to if you ordered from the Four Horsemen, you paid everything up front. So very cool. I still need to get that blue Hagnon. Ted, send me a blue Hagnon, please.
No, but you can get one for $49, and if you purchase it tonight, Ted will actually box it up within 1 business day and send it to you. And once you get it to your place, you'll get yourself a knife because the way he packs it is just dear God.
Yep. He did my Player 2 Ken that I got from the Entertainment Earth special exclusive, and that thing was pristine once I took it out of the wrapping. So,
and we are not being paid for this, but we might be shooting to get on their show, for 2025. We love you, Ted. Now I will say this because we did mention this. Okay, we're talking to do this for pre-orders, guys, and for what they have in stock, they have quickly. But would be remiss to not say that this Monday, Store Horseman is going to be running a promotion. Correct?
They're running an in-stock sale on Monday, the 6th at 11 a.m. And it is going to be new Legions figures that are going to be ready to go. I can't remember which ones. Oh, there's an echo. It sounds like a sonar. Let me look it up here for you real quick. Anyway, yeah, there's going to be an in-stock sale coming up. Now they put me on the spot. If I could actually type. Talk amongst yourselves.
But again, like I have freaking gotten into these guys. It has been some. If you haven't watched my reviews on the Figure Obscure figures, which I've got Wukong right here, I've got Red Death down here, and I got the Fisher Rice figure over here. Dude, the only way to describe it is these are the most intelligent action figures ever made. You read these, you buy, you're smarter owning one of these, is all I can say.
It's a rabbit hole, man, and I fell in it, both feet like a year plus ago, and it's hard not to appreciate them. But yeah, as Ted noted in the chat, Monday you are going to get to purchase some prefabricated Nights from their armory experience that I went through at Legions Con, which was crazy cool because you just were mixing and matching all the different colors and armaments. It was just really nice. And their assortment, if I could recommend anything, if you get the black knight armor, the iridescent or the metallic green, or the purple, I really love those. It's a really good mix of figures. I think some of the pieces actually is some cosmic pieces, more like the fabric stuff for the arms and thighs. But really cool stuff, as well as getting some of the exclusives that came out from Legions Con, including the 2-pack of Chris and George as their mythic representations, and the Cosmic Legions 2-pack, which is beautiful. The art, the deco on those, especially the more Novian lean lizard guy, gorgeous. And
I might pick that. That's the one that's probably that 2-pack with the 2-pack you were talking about with the Cosmic Legion one, and that's Snake guy. Buta no Leg. Happy New Year to you as well.
And if you jump on there quickly enough and grab one or two of the Snake Men, because I think they're a limit of 3. Yeah, they're a limit of 3 for the first 24 hours. So I would highly recommend, if you are getting into this with Reign of the Beast, or you really are wanting to see a Snake Man, it's a really cool figure. So it's your chance to get it all, get into it a little bit more, like Dave, and then he's going to try to figure out where he's going to have space for it.
Exactly. All right, so the last piece of toy news that I've got for us is a little bit of a preview. Now, I love my Jada Toys Street Fighter figures. I love Street Fighter. I got a few Storm, but Storm never quite does it for me because of their scale and some of their articulation. And that's why, and of course, they're expensive. You know, if I want to pay that price, I want to get something I can do everything with. Which again, Jada came out there and has freaking been taking that ball. And they're, you know, one of the biggest things is they went with the roster, which we know is being completed.
Mm-hmm.
And then this was hinted at, but Storm dropped this picture the other day. Now, Street Fighter Alpha 3 or Street Fighter 03 in the 90s was, it actually still is my favorite Street Fighter game. This roster, it has one of the deepest rosters of all the Street Fighter games because it's got Street Fighter 2 and the Street Fighter Alpha characters. It's going to have Sakura. It's going to have, of course, Ken and Ryu, but it will still have both Charlie and Guile. So by using the Alpha 3, they'll be able to put almost all the characters that Jada put out and others. And these guys are going to be $30 each.
Mm-hmm.
And these are 6-inch scale.
Yes.
Not 1/12 like this version of 1/12. Not this 1/12/1/10 scale. I mean, look at that elbow bend right there. This elbow bend right here, you know, versus this elbow bend, you know. I love, like I said, I love my Jada. I'm blatantly going to say, as of right now, that is my this is right here, my most anticipated figure line of 2025, right here.
Okay.
Plus, they're also doing King of Fighters, which I'm a King of Fighters fan. They are doing the Grappler Baki figures, which is a cool fighting anime if you haven't watched it. And they're doing the Darkstalkers, which they did Dimitri and Morgan in this scale, but now again they're going to be in that 112, the better 112 scale, which, you know, Morgan's in Marvel versus Capcom.
Yeah. All right.
Stay there. Stay. Don't fall. Don't fall. There we go. Ryu's being a bitch.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to go in on these guys. I never really played Alpha 3, and their face sculpts are much more anime.
They are. They
style.
absolutely are more anime. That is one factor. It is going to be that anime stylized, so it might not translate as well with. I'm not saying I'm putting my Street Fighters with my Joes, but at the same time, it's definitely going to be more with your Figmas than your realistic figures.
Yeah. Okay. So when did these two come out? Have they mentioned?
They haven't put pre-orders out yet. So
okay.
This has literally been them just giving us a slow bleed of information out there.
Well, speaking of slow bleed, can you bring up BBTS? And I'd like to talk about the latest pre-order wave of the Fresh Monkey Fiction, which is my top pick of a figure for 2024, because they dropped a new wave of figures which look phenomenal.
Are you talking about the pack one, the one that's got with the Jaguar and the Spy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't think we talked to. Yeah, no, because this happened during our break.
Yep. So they have these new figures for their Soldiers of Fortune, which again another branch of this Fresh Monkey Fiction stuff that they are collaborating with. And right off the bat, I mean, they have an exclusive version of one of their army builders, which is what you see here. This is the only way you can only get this Jaguar specialist is by doing the all-in for this wave, which smart. I'm not going to fault them on that. and he has, as usual, their plethora of accessories. But the secret agent, next one down. Oh yeah, well we can talk this one real quick. The agent here has another exclusive head. I mean, look, everyone the brothers been doing it. I mean, Mark II Design just put out a new STL file for Hooded Cobra Commander. I mean, Hasbro is just sitting there frumping around. Everyone's going to get this guy for that head.
Oh, absolutely. Now, do you think that, and because the fact that they said they're never going to make it, this is not, I don't think this is flying too close to the sun.
Well, I mean, Fresh Monkey Fiction and their whole thing. I mean, there has been some questions about how close they've got to some other IPs.
Oh,
some of the other.
Don't get me wrong. The other ones, the Full Moon, whatever, is just blatantly the Action Force. You know.
Well, I mean, the Sleepwalkers from this first wave is clearly that with one of the alternate heads, but the agent that you have your mouse over his crotch. I mean, that if you've ever watched Alias or any of these action shows from like early mid 2000s, that African American head is Carl Busby, without a doubt. I mean, it's kind of like it's the uncanny look of it, just like the general that they've been showing. That looks like Carl Weathers.
God, I hear his voice too right now.
Yeah, this is it's smart. It's a smart use. Again, I don't know if they're breaking anything, IP infringement wise by, getting these special sculpts or basically sculpting these celebrities, but a lot of really cool army building options, which is utilizing a lot of cool parts, interoperability with their Monster Force line. So that right there, if you're a Swarm fan for Action Force, I mean, or AIM, there's your other fodder pieces.
Is it wrong? I look at this and all I can think of is the YouTuber Not Top Goon.
Oh, no, it's not wrong. He's prized himself on his nom de guerre and everything else with it. So yeah. It's cool,
So is this basically trying to be Pimp Daddy Destro without a golden mask?
You can say that. I'm not gonna say yes or no with it, but it would definitely go next to that Prophet Destro pretty easily. Or if you had a Craven the Hunter and you got these guys as his bodyguards. Not that Craven should need bodyguards, but
well, first of all, you're not going to army build this guy unless you buy multiple versions of this, because the only way to get the Jaguar Brigade Specialist is to buy the entire set at $227. Yep. Now, at that price, he's effectively free, but the only way to get more than one of these is you have to buy two of these sets.
Yep. And
by the time these guys show up, you might not still be collecting action figures.
That's what I was saying last night. I'm like, these are great figures. At least with the Monster Force of this first wave, it took 3 years to get to that point. Gold-plated Scar, yeah. So it's kind of like what I said with Jada Toys as well. They're doing fantastic work with their figures. They just need to somehow get their shipping and manufacturing up a little bit, because I know you've said it before. Whenever you try to go out in the wild to find a Street Fighter figure, it is nigh impossible. It's just hard to find some of the stuff at your Targets or whatnot in general.
But I gotta put this out there. I want a goddamn Captain Commando and his entire crew. And Capcom, I want a second Captain Commando game. I've waited over 20 years for it. Sorry. Actually, no, more than 20 years. Fun fact, Capcom video games, because Captain Commando was supposed to be the original mascot. Captain Commando, Capcom games.
Okay. So that's my little bit on that.
So Now, I myself have not purchased any of these Fresh Monkey Fiction game figures, and it's not saying that they're not good by far. Again, it's a $40 figure, and also at the same time, I don't want to get into a rabbit hole. I also, the way things are sold out right now, even if I got one or two figures, I'll never be able to get a collection going on because of that.
Well, with the Van Helsing and the Nocturnal Delta Red, those are being there's a second wave coming out supposedly this coming quarter, so you might still have a chance to get those if you wish. But it's once you get them in hand, dude, I'm telling you, like the simple things like putting weapons in their hands are pliable enough where you're not stressing about potentially breaking your weapon, unless you are using a Hasbro gun and it just kind of wraps around itself. But it's just the right mixture of things, and then like the modularity in and of itself is a cool thing. I don't know. I like them.
And that's a big thing. And good. Again, there's figures. I will never downplay somebody for liking something. Now, if you own a Super 7 figure, I might question some of your judgment, but I will never downplay you for liking something.
Yeah. Unless you're getting that Metroplex, and I'm just going to judge you anyway and say,
well, if you buy that Metroplex, you're buying drinks at the convention because you can afford it. Speaking of conventions.
Ooh, conventions. Fun times. What do we got?
Well, okay, we were talking about for 2025. I said things we want to do for this year. I did not get to go to any shows this year at all. Sorry, my burping. Carbonation's catching up with me. I did not get to go to any shows at all. Every time I wanted to go to a convention, I had this manager who always had to go out of town. So I did not get to go to Legion's Con. I didn't go to TF Con. I was hoping there was going to be a PowerCon this year, and PowerCon didn't happen because I kept hearing how freaking awesome last year's PowerCon was. I heard how great ZoloCon was. There was a lot of good conferences. DFW, which unfortunately involves me going to Texas, and I don't ever plan on going to Texas. I know you're going there. Enjoy it. Because apparently Vala has adopted DFW as his version of doing announcements, which is absolutely awesome. I think that gives them some prestige. Why he doesn't do that at Rhode Island Con, though, does not make sense considering it's in his backyard, but that's a...
RICC? He did do it this past November. That was his first time there.
No, but adopting that to be his showcase.
Oh, because it's RICC. It's kind of like going to Galaxy Con here or Awesome Con in DC. It's more about the celebrities.
Fair enough.
Getting autographs.
Fair enough. But you get where I'm going with that.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, PowerCon always seemed to be like the show for independent toy showcasing. And then it was announced a couple weeks ago, maybe about a week and a half ago, that PowerCon is being merged with Toylanta. Go watch last week's Hella Dope show, their 100th episode. They talk about a lot of that and a lot of the speculation. I don't know enough about it. Those guys are much more in contact with it. They got their own conspiracy theories. They got their own possibilities. Is the guy burning out? Things like that. But because of this, of Toylanta, and that, it seems this is going to be, in some ways, the merger of a super independent toy show next to Legion's Con.
It could be. I mean, I don't know anything about Toylanta. I've never been to it, and I've never gone to PowerCon, especially started out in LA, moved to Ohio.
Well, Toylanta Ramen Toys was at Toylanta last year. Fresh Monkey Fiction wasn't that clear? Wasn't that the Toylanta exclusive?
No, that's Joe Fest.
Oh, that was Joe Fest. Sorry, I'm getting them mixed up then.
Yeah, Toylanta and Joe Fest are kind of in this. Well, I won't say they're in the same area. I know Joe Fest is at the convention center in Atlanta, and
you went to Joe Fest. That's what you went to last year.
Yes,
That's what I was thinking. That's what I thought you were going to Toylanta.
No, Joe Fest is going to be later. And again, Toylanta and now PowerCon, Toy Powerland, whatever. That's in 3 months. And that was kind of, I think, the other thing within the community that people have been talking about is this came out of nowhere. And like, I know when, as you mentioned with Ted and them, they were talking about stuff, and like they looked up on PowerCon's website, and then they have any information about it all. And so that's kind of a part of it, is that it's something that just came out of nowhere, supposedly. Again, who knows how long it's been in the works for both those conventions to kind of get together. But I know there's a lot of I don't know, contention about it. Some are saying, PowerCon's basically done.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, I don't know. I know Mega J Retro's being very positive about it, and like, look, there's still an opportunity to go to it. Still a great thing for Motu fans. I don't know. So
well,
I don't
again, the last PowerCon, 4 Horsemen were there. I mean, a lot of people were.
Valaverse was there for the first time.
That's kind of why I wanted to go to that, and so tickets are supposed to. I guess tickets are more information will be going out on Monday, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, I think Brett was on talking. Brett, who's I guess one of the guys that helps set up Toylanta, he was on. I guess he was on through POA talking about things.
Yes, he was on 3POA.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I had no intention of going to Toylanta. It was possible I would drive to PowerCon if it was still in Cincinnati, but that's shot now. So
right,
I don't know.
So as of right now, I know that is currently penciled in on my schedule.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask you. Is what, since you didn't get a chance to go to anything in 24, what are your hopes and wishes for things this year?
Well, definitely probably going to go Legions Con.
Okay.
It just looked like everybody was having too damn of a good time there.
I'm telling you, man, it is. I went to Joe Fest once, TFCon, Baltimore here twice, BotCon when I was up in Jersey, and then comic conventions. I've never had a much more personable experience than going to Legions Con, and just like the chill people, man. And it's so crazy how like 2 days goes by. Now, it's one of those you kind of gotta work your way into knowing stuff, knowing people, because I'm telling you, there are people that are like these guys are my family, and this is what I save up for, and have a blast.
Here's what's really sold me. Of course, you look like everything you were saying sounded absolutely amazing. And then I was watching the 3POA afterward, and I don't think I've ever seen Bobby Vala so humble about an event. He was absolutely awestruck. I mean, him and humble does not happen often.
You're right.
And I know he had some issues, I guess, with them initially, and I think any of those hatchets got buried by that community. Like he was so.
Yeah, I mean, he had a line Saturday from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. that night, and he had a line off and on from Sunday, telling what he had left until we talked, probably around 2:30ish. And like things were finally dying down around 3 o'clock. But yeah, man, I mean, he was very impressed with how Jeremy and the rest of the 4 Horsemen set up Legions Con. Just the awesome stuff. I mean, he himself picked up a bunch of Legion figures and customs, and he's like, dude, these things are really awesome,
And that's the thing, and I'm gonna say that's what kind of got me sold onto this community. So for me, socially, Trustarscreamer is going to try to get himself out there to the public, and hopefully,
in a while.
Hopefully, get you and I get to have that drink finally.
Absolutely, because I'm telling you right now, the only reason I was able to get some of the stuff that I picked up is because there were last minute openings at the hotel that the convention's at, and it is absolutely the smartest thing to do, because the the year before my very first Legion's Con, I stayed at a hotel that was like 6 minutes away, and not only was I just overwhelmed just being there the first time, but just you get there and seriously come with a plan, because if there are certain vendors that you want to purchase some stuff from, go to them first. Don't worry about going to the Horseman table. And they had it set up totally different this year, which was perfect. They had their own separate room that you can walk around.
Cool.
Because again, Saturday, as soon as they dropped that Snake Man, the line literally was from the entrance wrapped down to the lobby and halfway back up to where the dragon display was.
I will probably need you to babysit me that. I'll probably need you to babysit me that weekend.
That's cool. That's cool. Tell me, I mean, because that's going to be. It is. I say this flippantly. It was obnoxious to see and just comprehend the amount of money that was being the transactions going across.
Right.
It was you never will see anything like that again. And it's cool. People love their collections. Legions fans are very dedicated. Kind of like obviously I'm saying that just because of that convention, but like you could say thing for TFCon. I mean, there are people that are going around, but TFCon to me was always a little different. It was more focused on like, I got to sit at a panel and watch the same figures that were shown before and pray that I can talk to one of the celebrities and then go buy some stuff that I could either order from like Toy Jojo or something like that just to get the exclusives.
Right.
And I get that. And it's cool because you have your groups like us. We have our group where like when we're all together, that's our focus. And I think that is part and parcel of what makes conventions fun.
Right.
It's just, to me, it's pumped up to like level 12 when we go to Legion's Con. Just watching everyone just kind of get together. I mean, you got people coming from Europe with the legions, the Euro legions, with all their stuff. I mean, it's cool. And like I said, it's gotten bigger where they invited more people, more people not originally related to legions. So it's a cool time. So all right. So definitely Legion's Con. What else are you interested in besides? And you said Toylanta.
Toylanta, or at least some kind of big independent toy show, basically.
Okay.
I think I'm done with the TF scene, personally.
Understandable.
So
how close are you? Because I think he's in North Carolina, or is he in Georgia? Are you close to Toy Federation, or is he further south?
I don't know, but I know IshCon was actually about 60 miles. Was about 80 miles from my house.
Okay.
So that's another potential.
Okay.
Because that's where Four Horsemen actually revealed Cosmic Legions, was at IshCon.
All right. That's cool.
So
yeah.
I don't know about Toy Federation. I know the Purple Gang.
Gang. Yeah,
Gang. They're
not the other thing.
No, they're around here. They're also local to me as well, apparently.
Yeah, I think. Yeah,
I have no idea who they are. I just keep hearing that name dropping from every other.
They're interesting folks, to say the least. A lot of fun. I mean, they're definitely someone you want to you get a couple laughs out of, to say the least.
So,
but
what about you though? What about
me?
You? Enough about me.
I'm definitely going to start out. I think the first con that comes up here is going to be SoloCon again, and now they moved to a new venue. They were at the Fuse, which was basically the NASA's Centrifuge Training Center.
That looks cool, by the way.
Oh, dude, it was wicked looking at all the stuff like that. Yeah, we're gonna on the replay, guys. We're gonna snippet that and send it to the Cabal just to prep Dave for Legion's Con.
Fine.
But no, ZoloCon was pretty neat. Again, big Four Horsemen representation, as well as Wolfing Customs. Vala's going back. And a lot of vintage, if you get your vintage toys, Spirit Toys was there. That Jason and Derek and the guys are going to be all over the place. especially as we get closer to Series 2 coming out. So that's there. I don't know if I'm going to go to New Jersey Comic Con or not. Again, a lot of stuff is, again, that's the cool thing about being on the East Coast area, especially the upper part here, is Jersey gets a lot of stuff, man.
They do.
I was surprised about it. So we got that. The family and I are talking about going to Texas to go to DFW. More so just to see our good friend Quentin J. Bedwell and his family, as well as a lot of the other hooligans that we know from 3POA. Sam and Vishay will definitely be there, which they sent me a really fantastic care package for Christmas, so I got to thank them thoroughly for that. Rollkeeper will be down there. I think the Titan was down there. Talk to Toy Depot. He's going to show up. So I mean, it's just a really cool mix of characters and talent. Then we have the Maryland Toy Expo up here in June, which that's a one-day toy show. But I mean, we've had Vala was there once, but I don't think he's going to go back because it's a one-day show. But last year was with Rob and Renato and the guys from Savage Crucible, and that was just a real cool time looking at, they just had the Lumerians released a little bit before that. That's where they released the Shadow Slate, and it's just a really cool time. And again, for me, it's a 20-minute drive, so love that. I don't know if I'm going to go again because DFW and Joe Fest both happen in July, August, something like that. And they're like 2 weeks apart, and I can't take enough time for that. So I'm definitely picking and choosing.
Right.
But I'm not discounting Joe Fest. I mean, because, like I said, with Fresh Monkey Fiction being there, Ramen Toy was there last year. I'm not sure if Ace is going to be back. But it was just, Joe Fest itself is a cool experience. But it doesn't have the same
community.
Yeah, it was cool to be there, but there's definitely other groups.
And that's, I'll be honest, for me, that's a big thing about their toys are one thing, but it's the people that's a big thing. Because again,
right,
that's half the fun. Then it's not, then you're just sitting there like spending money and sitting at the bar by yourself.
Yeah, that was my Joe Fest experience.
And that's honestly, yeah, I'll be honest, that does absolutely nothing for me.
Yeah. So I think that's the main. Those are the main ones. I think I'm really focused on. I don't know if I'll go back to RetroCon in September or not. That's up in Sparks, Pennsylvania.
Right.
And that's usually a really cool weekend show. Definitely to see the celebrities. I mean, the guys from Dukes of Hazzard were there last year, and I missed that opportunity. But there was
just some good old boys.
Tom Kenny and I'm gonna butcher the guys. Basically, the main voices were Mino and Tigra from Thundercats, and then Shadowhawks. I mean, they were cool just hanging out.
What about channel goals? What is on the agenda for Junkion Crafts and Builds?
Interesting you say that. So obviously, for those that have been sub, I've been really quiet since basically Legion's Con, and there's been a couple of reasons for that. Selling some property was happening right. I think it happened right before Legion's Con, so I was trying to get all that stuff sorted through, and then obviously that leads into the holidays. And I just overall, the real thing is I needed a little bit of a mental break for some of the stuff.
Speaking of, you guys all did nominate Junkion Crafts and Builds for Rookie of the Year for the Nerdies, right, guys? Over at Nerdzoic.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah. I guess that ended on the 29th.
Oh, okay.
So,
never mind then.
I haven't heard anything.
I voted for the man, just so you know. I did vote for him.
Oh, thanks. But yeah, I just needed a little bit of time away, and sometimes that's a death call for the channel. But thankfully, I have a great stable group of subscribers, and actually have earned a couple more for not really producing anything. So I really appreciate everyone doing that. But the good news is now that the holidays are over and I have this chaos will be done before for the weekend out. I have some really cool things I want to catch up on that starting off with interviews I had from Legions Con that I've edited. I just haven't released them yet, including, you know, sitting down with Ninja, sitting with Bobby, talking to Mega J Retro about you know, passing of I'm going to butcher his name. Ryan was his real name, but he was the one that he designed Flipboard.
Flipboard, yes, yes.
And then Meta Travelers. So I have a bunch of those interviews I want to release. But really the focus, I think, now for this coming year is reviews are cool. I like doing them because I give my impression of, but I really want to get back to making stuff. And now that I got these items here, that's, you hear the one humming away. I mean, 3D printing stuff has been really, I haven't stopped since I picked these up. So now I'm itching again and cleaning up this area here. I have a bunch of like XPS foam and such. So I'm like, I want to get more into that. Now that might mean some longer videos, more spaced out, because obviously this takes time to get things done, and then intermix some figure stuff in. But that's kind of where I want to focus on more, because obviously we have a lot of great YouTubers out there that give you their thoughts on figures. Like,
yes, I mean, I'm not saying this to suck up, but dude, your GI Joe breakdown is still one of the best of getting into the character.
Yeah, man, and obviously they're not slowing down, so it's just I got to get them done.
But I'm just saying,
it's cool.
I love it, and you do a great job for it.
Yeah, I like looking back at them, because not only is just looking at, like, you know, JLS Comics does a great retrospective on the figure in of itself, not just the toys but the comics and stuff, but it gives me a chance to like say, oh, I want to look up Alpine, so I'll go and start watching some old GI Joe cartoons, and that's what's cool. It's like, oh, I remember that now, or no, I didn't remember that. Like, you know, the episode where Bazooka, Alpine, and Cutter were on a whale, and like Cobra had this robotic sea serpent. He's like, oh, look at this, all this stuff, and it was fun. So I definitely want to do more of that, kind of get my creative spark going out. And you're right, Titan. Meta Travelers, they should be wave one. I talked to Marco and Jeremy via email, and they are really close. So it's going to be fun. I actually am hoping to do an unboxing with those guys whenever I get my Kickstarter thing in.
Well, let's go. We'll ahead and use that to transfer to the next thing. What is your most I feel like I'm doing a full interview right now. What is your most anticipated figure line for figure purchase for 2025? Whether pre-order or at least rumored. Like,
this is actually a really tough question, because there has been some really cool things brought out. Now, over this past year, one of the awesome things with 24 was that we had a chance, you and I, Dave, to talk to some really fantastic creative people through FigureAction. Not only just, you know, Quentin with his artwork, but we had some really cool guys that were doing their own Kickstarters for the toy lines, not just Meta Travelers, but, you know, we had James and Jason from Brutal Realm. We had Gavin on for Wandering Planet Toys in regards to the Laurel and Hardy Kickstarter. And all those should be coming out this year. So I think that's part of the fun, is that it's not just, oh, well, what's the next Joe Wave? What's the next, you know, stuff coming from Valverse? What are we going to do? What's the price of this dragon, you know, with Legions? So I really say I want to see what I backed in hand, and I'm going to get that. So obviously, my first real anticipation is to get my Meta Travelers figures in hand.
Agreed.
Seeing them at Legions Con, holding the articulated prototypes that they had there, dude. You know, I'm not a huge pop and swapper with Legions, but just the whole idea, like, these guys truly love what their product is going to be, and that's for me. It's cool not just to see that from them by talking to them, but just like, I could shoot them an email and they'll come back and say, "Hey, how's things going? We're doing really awesome. Hope things are going well with you." Like, you don't get that.
You just, you know what I'm saying? You actually just reminded me. We forgot one last very important piece of independent toy news.
Ooh, what's that?
The Cursed Dead figures that just dropped today.
Oh, that's right. I saw this popped up.
29 days to go. They're already at $33,000. So 154 backers.
Mm-hmm.
This, I do not know anything about Toy DNA.
Neither do I.
They do not. They have 0 back projects. I honestly, I do not know Josh Falcon.
No, but I've heard his pedigree and his history with toys was really cool, really diverse, and
so this basically looks like a line of army building creatures. This does not look like it has any heroes. It's all villains. But the build looks very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You've got butterfly joints here. They are using not a ball and socket. They're doing a more traditional ab crunch on here. Everything's double jointed and pinless, which looks absolutely awesome.
Hey, Maro, look what I got. Look what I got. Sorry. All right. Anyway, yeah.
I hate you. But we've got your basic figure, which is your blood drinker, which is kind of like your vampire ghoul. I mean, these are things that will. This is a fantastic. If you actually were collecting the Fresh Monkey Fiction, dude, here's your ghouls for these things to hunt down.
Yeah.
Then Definitely. You've got the Jinn. I mean, what I like is a lot of these are just the same basic body, but then just a resculpted head, and then just repainting on here. And I'm sorry, you look at this body versus this, just from how the painting is, it just completely brings out different details to it.
Is that a face in his body? Or is that just a really cool looking just shot right there?
Right there?
Yeah.
I mean that muscle's right there as well.
That's just the sculpt.
Yeah, that's just his sternum. So then you got this. Looks kind of cool.
Oh, Gordy.
Yeah. And again, look how that coloring changes now, bringing out that different scale of the armor plating and all. Again, this is how repainting should be done. Who's ever doing these paint masters is doing fantastic on these.
Yeah, they just need to touch up the knee because the knee is a different color, it looks like. But maybe that's the same in regards to the arms. Never mind.
And then look at the alternate head. It's got a skull head on there as well. So if you don't want to do that.
Okay.
Another devil demon thing.
Mm.
This is probably one of my favorites right here. Reminds me of Diablo with that head.
Okay.
Never mind. That's Diablo right here. Rage. That is.
Titan. I know, man. Keep looking at it.
Yeah, I know. One scene. Then you got this, which completely breaks the theme. This is like Baxter Stockman directed by David Cronenberg.
Yeah. And that's all soft goods?
Yes.
Assuming.
So that is all janked up. Interesting use that overlay. This is probably my least favorite of them all.
Scanty, is like the lizard?
Kind of.
Okay.
The tentacle hands. You know.
Oh, okay. Okay. Like
he's got that super science ray gun.
Okay.
And this one, okay, I am not a Christmas man. There is something about this that looks.
Ooh.
I love this.
Okay.
You know, there's just this. Yeah, I don't know what it is. And then the Wendigo is kind of neat with this.
Yeah,
I like that on here. This would actually look pretty cool for the Brutal Legends things to fight.
Yeah, or Venom Bite. Venom Bite was talking about, looking like this is part of Odious's universe, which I could 100% see that, dude. So
It's similar to it, but if you ever handled Odious, it's nothing. This is not Odious because it doesn't have the toe joint to it.
no, I think it's just saying like the creatures that would be going along with them.
So this looks.
Now, go ahead.
I was going to say this is. I think they picked a very interesting time to drop this right at the beginning of the year, especially with people finishing up their holiday spending. But at the same time, I will tell you right now, as soon as I saw these guys, I bugged Mike to start bugging to see if we can get them on one of the shows. Kato's already got them, and 3PAOA already has them.
Absolutely. So, but not saying we can't get them on too.
No.
So now the only thing, now they're cool, but the only thing that gets me is that they are a bit on the pricey side.
Did not get to the package. Well, your basic figure, $40. Yes.
$40. Yep. But that it jumps up when you go to a deluxe figure. So 75 for a set of 2. All right.
85 for those soft. Dear Lord.
Yeah. So they go up a little bit.
That changes a few things for me personally.
Now, not saying that they're not worth it. Absolutely not, because I mean, again, soft goods never a cheap item. It depends on, and I really read the campaign on like who's designing the soft goods and stuff, but the sculpt work is really good. And if the deco is anything like you're saying, you know, it could very well work. Now, timing wise with prices, it's going to be interesting.
Well, when Legions first started on Kickstarter,
that's right,
way back when.
Now, my other question is, are they already compensating? And this is a question I'd like to pose once we get closer into 25. If the United States starts upping their tariffs towards China and other countries that are main manufacturers for imports to the United States, are they planning ahead in regards to the prices?
That's hard to say. That is a very big thing right now. Is it going to be? Yeah. How's that going to be gauged to it? Exactly. Have they already pre-adjusted those prices, or all of a sudden we give these money to them, and all of a sudden their factory prices or their shipping costs immediately goes up to here, and then the project all of a sudden becomes we've made no money.
Right, and that's a chance they have to take. Now, again, the cool part is when you do the Kickstarter and the shipping like that, that's locked in. Once you do your backer kit and everything after the
right, but then they might get screwed over. That's the problem.
And that's the thing with the Kickstarter. It's all risk on their end. So, but interesting series. I'd like to actually hear from the creators on more of these guys. And again, we got 30 days to figure things out. So people might already be getting their tax returns and be like, oh, I can drop, $80 on a morphed fly character. And that's cool.
I don't know if it's that good, but
well, yeah.
I was gonna say this though, that whole Toylanta thing. That should be your tax. You can time it for your tax return to show up right before you go to that con.
Oh, well, there you go, guys. Dave's got it all figured out. You got your hotel room, your gas, and your toys figured out. So.
All right. Well, it is hitting the 10:29. We are hitting at 1 minute and 29 1 hour and 29 minutes. As we all know, I like to try to keep this no later than 10:30. So at this moment, I would love to say, yes, tax return, money back. I've got a cute little deductible. All right now. I love my cute little deductible.
Yeah, mine is he's a freshman and he takes more money now because the school tells me to send him money so that he can get an education.
I got 6 more years, so I'm gonna use it. But,
yes.
But that being said, everybody, thank you so much for joining us for the first year edition of the FigureAction podcast.
Absolutely.
As always, we like to thank you guys who've been in the chat. We would like to thank everybody on the replay squad. Please give this video a like. Go check out Junkion Crafts and builds videos if you haven't already. Go check out Hella Dope Toys. No, they're not paying me to say this. Ted, you can PayPal me later. If you haven't already, I wouldn't mind if you checked out my channel, just because, you know, I'm a nobody and I like to feel a little justified. But that being said, we'll see you guys next week, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, here on this YouTube channel. And as always, until next time, take care. Peace.
Later, guys.